Hello, lovelies. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to Be So Light. I am Priestess Makala, as well as Felicia, as well as Niana. You pick and choose. It still comes back to me. So let's talk, shall we? We are in between the space. Okay, we're in between the worlds. And we have our ancestors very, very close right now, as well as people who want to start fights with you, who want to start something. Let's get it started. They're bringing in the energy. Let's get it started. They want to start something with you. They want to poke and prime you. They want to poke at you. They want to see. Now, these beings, I call them soulless people because they don't care about anybody's feelings. All they are is running around and they want to start. You're going to find this more in work settings, where you're in closed areas with people that you work with. And you're going to see, as you keep going up in your frequency, your vibration, and you have the ones that like to stay in third dimension trauma drama land. Okay. They want to hang on to their storyline. They don't want to go and go up higher. They want to hang on to their storyline. They want to stay in that energy. Okay. And if they see you going into your space and you're moving up higher, they don't want that. They Misery likes company. They don't want to see you doing well. They don't want to see you staying away from them. And negative people need to feed off of other people so they can keep that negativity going because they get drained out. So they got to find someone to pull energy from. Okay. I can't stress this enough that before you leave your home, before you go to your job, before you do anything, even if you're going to go to the freaking grocery store, you need to be, if you're on your path and you know why you're here on this planet and you know you carry your light and you're doing what you are called to do. And thank you, my friend who sent me a video yesterday because he knew I went through a lot this week with trying to close that damn door to the past of being over in a Folsom energy. And I had to close it. It was like, I got to get it closed because I just have to close it. And it really was just, it was almost like, how do I put it? It was almost like the energy was so trying to destroy and pull and whatever it was doing. It was really trying to do that. And finally got the door closed. But you know what? It took a divine masculine energy to pair up with me so the two became one to close the door. I needed a warrior, and the warrior showed up. Of course, the warrior is going to show up. And Taino, when we go into ceremony, the abuelas, if they're walking around, or are they going to go to a restroom or something? The warrior will go first to go check out and make sure everything is okay for the abuela to go in there. I'm not kidding. The Taino warriors, they know who they are. They stand in their warriorship. These are men. These are men. I'm not going to say all of them. I'm going to say most of them. These are men who know who they are. They walk with their ancestry in their genes, in their bones, in their muscles, and they protect the women and the children. They would give their lives for the women and the children. These are warriors. Now, when you are going out And you don't have your warrior, that's okay. You call on your ancestor warriors. You call on, if you work with dragons, call on them. Now's the time to start putting everybody in places where you need them because we are in spiritual warfare. Just because you go to your job don't mean you're going to not run into some craziness. Just because you go to the grocery store doesn't mean you're not going to run into some craziness. Just because you go to the gas station doesn't mean you're not going to run into some craziness. We got cray cray people running around here losing their effing minds. They don't know who they are. Some of them just tapped out. They don't know who they are anymore. So, with that being said, this is why this group is so important. Be so light. It's all about staying in your light. You're going to work at this. You're going to fight to keep your light. How much is your light worth to you now? Because can nobody give me enough money for me to give up my light? There's not, there's no currency that I would give up my light for. Period. Period. I'm not for sale. Period. So when you go to work and you know you got crazy people, oh man, I used to experience that a lot in corporate world. Oh, in nursing, still didn't mean anything. You just think because people went to school to get a nursing degree that they're all that and they caring people. No, 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 no. Don't get it twisted. Any place where you get a whole bunch of women around, they're not walking in their goddess form and they're acting out. They got wounds all over the place. That's what you're gonna have to deal with. Envy, um, backstabbing, cruelty, setting you up. That's the number one thing in workplaces. Somebody don't like you, they conveniently start the gossiping. They conveniently start whispering to the bosses, setting you up because they get great pleasure out of setting up someone. And they know you weak and they know that they can get under your skin, they're going to have a good time with you. Okay? Setting you up. They set you up so that you will feel argumentative. They set you up so you will feel unsure of yourself. They set you up to where you have to constantly be looking over your shoulder. They set you up so that you can be in some kind of confrontational act with them. Hell, some of them, I know for a fact, some of them will come into your space while you're eating lunch to start something with you and talk very loudly so everybody else can hear them tearing you down because it makes them feel powerful. It makes them feel good. And I'm going to say it like it is. And this goes for all you bosses out there that like to abuse your employees and make them cry. Shame on you. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be holding up your employees when they come and be working with you. Shame on you for pulling them down, talking badly to them, calling them names, insulting them, being rude to them when they show up for you every day. Shame on you. You should not be a boss. Because I don't like working for any boss that's like that. Matter of fact, if you start yelling at me and acting like that, I'm going to look at you like, first of all, you're not my mom. You're not my dad. And even my mom and dad don't talk to me like that. So what makes you think you got the right to talk to me like that? All right. I've only had a few bosses like that in my life. I'm 57. So, for those of you that you know who you are, that like to set up your employees, talk bad about them, cut them down, you won't do it in their face, will you? Some of you brave enough to make them feel bad, you'll do it and make them cry, make them feel bad about themselves. There is accountability right now because words are powerful. There's accountability now. Your words can either make or break someone. Your words can either save a life or that person between what you say to them at 2 o'clock can make them go kill themselves at 6 o'clock because of something you said. So be mindful, bosses. You know who you are. When you're talking so rude and mean to your employees, like a slave driver, be mindful. And those of you that have been put in situations where you were being abused by an employer, you let it be known that you don't tolerate that behavior and say, you know what? I'm sorry. This energy does not feel aligned to me, and I don't. Mm-mm. Let's convene a little later when we can talk more suitable because this is not feeling okay. Okay. I've had to stand up to some of the most difficult doctors that have a tyrant in them to go around make the nurses fear them so much to the point to where that nurse wouldn't even put a call into that doctor if the patient was not doing well because they're scared that they're going to wake the doctor up and they're going to get cussed out and called all kind of names and treated badly. I had one doctor try to do that to me, and I set him straight. That first time he went off and said it, and I got the phone, and I said, "Now you listen to me. You get your ass up out of that damn bed. You get your ass down here to this hospital right now because this patient is going down. If you don't do it, you're going to have hell to pay. And I'm trying to save your ass, trying to protect you from a lawsuit. Get your ass down here." Hung up. Swear to God. Hung up. And my heart was just like, oh, shit, I can't believe I did that to this doctor. This doctor's going to get me fired. Oh my God. Oh my God. And he comes in. He threw on his, he had a coat on. "Where is Miss Burns?" I threw my stethoscope on and I said, "Right here." I mad dogged him. And he looked me in the face and he says, "In all my days, I've never had any nurse talk to me the way you did." And I said, "Yeah, what of it? What, you want to get me fired? I don't care. This job is what they say nowadays is a dime a dozen. What?" He looks at me. He goes, "Thank you for waking me up. Where's the patient? What's the vital signs?" "Here's the vital signs. Patient started crashing at this time. Da 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 da. They're unstable. I found this much blood. This much blood is coming out of the JP. It's coming out of this. There's a bleed going on. You need to take care of it. Blood pressure is unstable. Thready pulse. Get in there." Did his scan, did his thing. Patient ended up in emergency surgery. He didn't cauterize something. Patient was bleeding out slowly. The next day comes back and he goes, "I want to say thank you." I said, "Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. You saved his life and you saved my ass." I said, "That's what I'm here for. your eyes when you're not here. He looks at me, he smiles. He goes, "You kind of tough." I said, "I have to be because I don't have time for people to be pissing all over me when I'm trying to save your ass. Period. I went on about my business." From that point on, we had the best working condition, the best working relationship. He only wanted his patients with me. He only wanted his patient, any surgery patients that he had, he only wanted. And if he had some other nurse taking care of him, he said, where's Felicia? Felicia can handle this. I don't want that nurse. And I'd be like, calm down. Don't be judgmental. Stop it. I got this. But this is my partner for today. Okay, okay, okay. Best relationship ever. He respected me. He even told me, he said, "I totally respect you." I said, "I respect you too. As long as you don't come at me crazy." And this is what you're going to have to do with people, whether it's in your school, whether it's in your jobs, I don't care where it is. People get up in your space and trying to be crazy. You just need to take that stance. Cross your arms so you're not letting the energy get lean. Cross your arms in front of yourself. Now you got your shield up. Okay. And you just let them go on and say what they're gonna say. And then you just sit back and you just say, "Oh, really? Mm, mm, wow. Well, what do you want to do about that? Are you guys trying to set me up to get fired or something? Is that what this is all about? Call it out. Call that shit out now. People don't like to be called out now. Oh, no, 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 no. I figure like this: if you're going to be brave enough to do it, set somebody up, be messing with them, draining their life force out of them with all kind of craziness that you purposely are doing to that person. Then when that person calls your ass out, don't get mad because you kept pushing them. And now you didn't got called out. Call them out. Say, "Hey, whoa, whoa, I don't have a problem with that. You coming at me kind of cray cray for cuckoo puffs. No. Hey, no, no. Who do you think you're talking to?" I'd be like, who do you think you're talking to? I'm sorry. That's not part of my timeline, and I don't tolerate that. Okay. People will do to you what you allow them to do to you. And any time when you have somebody that is abusing you on a job and making you cry, one, call them out. Two, you need to find a different job because that's an abusive person. That's a wounded person that takes out all their aggressions and their frustrations on people and think it's okay. Just because you pay me your whatever you want to pay me an hour does not give you the right in any way, shape, or form to abuse me. I don't consent to that. And when you know that you are a divine sovereign being and how this beloved friend of mine sends me the video saying you're chosen one, this is what it is, like putting it in my face, and I'm like, I don't always call myself. But when you know you walk in who you are and others don't like you for who you are and what you represent in yourself, too damn bad. They walk out Callawampa the way they want. You just walk brighter in your light and you know who you are and you're grounded in it. They all over the place. Don't know who they are. All they care about is what's going on with the housewives on Bravo. Made up shit. All them storylines all made up. Now I've ruined everybody's day. I've ruined your day now. It's all made up. But I'm saying it because Those of you that really are true in your light, you're going to get tested. And the energy is high. We just had the lunar eclipse. Now that lunar eclipse energy is going to come and start making people act all kind of ways. And you're gonna run into people that's gonna be pushing your button. You'll see them at a grocery store. You might deal with them at your apartment complex. Just weird scenarios to get you to lose your shit. So that's an energy feed. Okay. And light workers, pay attention. This is the time. You cannot be, I'm sorry, honey. What do, what do? You cannot be walking around, going out, just da 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 da. You better make sure you shield your butt up. Have your shields up. Give your crystals points to do. Make sure you got that shield up. Activate yourself in your divineness. Make sure you put yourself on those higher timelines, those higher dimensions, those higher realms. I like to be in my high five. I like to be more in my 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th vibrational energies. That means I just kind of go, ooh, ooh. But three is like, here's three right here. I'm going, ooh, ooh. Oh, now I'm going to run into someone's going to try to bring me down here. No, 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 no. Ooh. You want to come up and talk to me? You got to go like this. I'm not coming down here. You need to come up here. Okay? So, watch out for the setups, the setup situation. And this also goes for crazy family members, the crazy sisters, crazy brothers, crazy mothers, crazy fathers. You know who you are. Setting your ass up. Well, so and so said this on the phone, and you said this, and and da, 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 da. No, don't get involved in that. That's what the phone is for. There's a button on it called hang up. Click. And then if they call back or text and say, I'm sorry, this doesn't feel divinely aligned, have a great day. Much love. Hey, just because they gave birth to you or created you doesn't mean you have to put up with the shenanigans. All right? I'm sorry. Respect, love you, but I'm sorry. I can't, no, can't deal with that. So just watch out for the setups. Gonna get a little bit cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs right now because we just had a solar eclipse. Now we had the lunar. Lunar's all about emotions. It's all about people truly becoming untapped. All right. So I am not going to do the read part for this one just yet. Um, this was mainly for a special video for watching out for getting set up, by people. Just being, watchful for that. Um, some of the things I like to wear, I like to wear my crystals. I have my malas, and I was so happy yesterday. I did in this workshop. We did 111 affirmations, and this is 108 malas. But I said this would be the perfect time to do the affirmations and put them into each bead. So I'm wearing each of those affirmations that we all said in the workshop. I'm so happy about that. I'm like, yeah, I'm wearing those prayers today. I'm wearing that. Feeling pretty good. So everybody knows I'm a huge oil buff person. I love oils. I love anybody that can make oils. I have one special type of oil that I make that people just fall in love with. You definitely can get that from me, but I'm not going to tell you what the name is just yet. But it smells really good. I haven't really decided on the name. Let me be very transparent about that. I have a name for it, but I keep going back and forth saying, well, this kind of sounds better, or this kind of sounds better. But while I was out and I got my lunar eclipse prayer candle, one of the places that I went to, I go to this Shingo Botanica. That's out here. They have one in Reno. They have one downtown Sacramento. One in Rancho Cordova. So one of the things, well, one of my friends had the oil. She had this oil, and she goes, "Oh, it's a powerful love oil." And I go, "What?" It's a love oil. So when I went into the shop, I didn't know where it would have been. I knew it was probably on the top, but I was like, "Okay, well, let me get one of those." And the lady told me, said, "Yeah, the owner when makes it himself and puts the actual roses in it, lets it sit and cultivate." And she says, "Smell it." I smelled that. I about lost my, yeah. It smelled, and it almost reminds me of back in the day when I used to make my water rose um, salts. I would take all the rose petals, put it in a big jar of purified water, and then let it sit in the sun and let the sun do the work with it, let it just cultivate it, let it just cook it and do and all the extraction. Then when I would take the lid off and that smell would just hit me in the face of all those essence, and then mix that into the salts, and then put those in jars, and then give those to people for their salt bath. It's just a process. You got to put a lot of the rose petals. And when you're doing things like that, you're really in a good place of intent. You're saying good prayers. You're holding good intention of what you want that to be for healing, self love. And this oil is all about that self love energy. And it smells so good. Then there was one that she had that was abundant. And I smelled this one and I was just like, it smells so good. So it's called Shango Botanica. You can definitely get in contact with them. And they do mail things out if you're interested. And nice, nice, nice. When you walk in, you see all the beautiful saints. All the altars are set up for if you need prayers for illness or what, and da 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 da. It's just beautiful. Then I went out today and I said, I need a different lipstick. This is the one I'm wearing. And it's by Wet and Wild. Now, I like this because it has the lips on there. But here's my problem with it. It's really thin. It's not like how some of your lipsticks are really big and, you know, some but the color I like is great and it's called Cherry Bomb. I got a cherry bomb. So I like that. So I just wanted to come on here and share that really quick and tell you start guarding up, wear your oils. A lot of people who do not like sage unless they're allergic to it, and patchouli unless they're allergic to it. But if you wear it and they go, "Oh, what are you wearing?" But they're not allergic to it, and they go like this. Those particular ones, especially patchouli, works on people who have entities on them, and those entities live off of that person. Okay, a negative person. So when you put on some patchouli and you get that reaction, keep on wearing it. Keep on wearing it. It'll keep them out of your space, and it just patchouli works really good. Sage works really good. Cedar works really good. Even orange works really good, and frankincense works really well. Keep people out of your space when they're so negative. And when you're dealing with negative people, you're dealing with their attachments on them. Their 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 I call them the attack mites. Okay, they get so many of these attachments on them that they just start striking out at you. And light workers and way showers know this. Chosen ones know this. A lot of times when people are attacking you and trying to set you up and trying to get some kind of rise out of you, It's because your light is too strong and they can't handle it. They don't know how they can control you now because your light is higher than theirs and they trying to figure out how can I take you down. Now, bosses, hear me. I'm not going to just slam down some bosses, and those of you that take care of your employees, thank you for doing right by them. Thank you for making sure they have everything. Thank you for being there when your employee was having a rough time and you stepped in and did your part. Thank you. Those of you that are hurting your employees, you need to get yourself checked. That's how I feel about that. You need some therapy. You need to go get those wounds taken care of, because the day when you start going off on people and hurting them and they're crying for what you did to them, you need to go off. You need to you need a timeout, and you need to get right with yourself. You need to go find your light, because that's a little bit too dark to be walking around in. Better go find that light and get right. All right, lovelies. Be so light. Like and subscribe. Have a wonderful day. Um, I'll probably be back on a little later to do the read and leave it up here. Might just do it after I do this teaching because I have to go do what I got to go do. Take a medicine bath. Much love.